Welcome to Pulse 24. Three moves are shaping the market this week. A vendor blacklist splits the procurement world. Wall Street rewards the replacement of staff. And a regulator sets a hard deadline for the app stores.
Good to be here, Nate. The landscape shifted significantly in the last 7 days.
Let's start with the vendor reckoning. A major player was blacklisted by the White House, yet their valuation doubled. What is the reality for buyers?
On 28th of February, the Trump administration blacklisted Anthropic after they refused to remove safety guardrails for military use, according to Times Now.
That sounds like a death knell for a contractor, but the capital markets disagreed?
Completely. In the same week, Anthropic raised $30 billion at a $380 billion valuation, and Claude hit number 1 on the US App Store on Sunday.
So we have a bifurcation, one vendor for the Pentagon, another for the private sector?
Precisely. Hours after the ban, OpenAI secured a defense deal with negotiated guardrails, creating a clear split between government-compliant and commercially focused models.
For a CIO at a bank or a logistics firm, does this political heat introduce vendor risk?
It introduces a 6-month migration risk if you have federal dependencies. But the private capital suggests the commercial market views the blacklist as a trust signal, not a failure.
How should builders architect for this split?
Map your dependencies immediately. If you rely on Claude, ensure you can absorb a forced vendor swap, because political disqualification is now an operational reality.
Moving to the workforce, we saw a stark signal from Block. They cut staff and the market cheered.
Jack Dorsey cut 40% of the workforce on 27 February, explicitly citing AI efficiency, and the stock jumped over 20%.
That is a brutal correlation. Is the market right to assume AI can replace 4,000 people today?
It is a gamble. While Block surged, IBM shares fell 13% last week on fears that AI agents will erode their legacy consulting revenue.
So the market is punishing legacy labor models and rewarding aggressive replacement strategies.
Yes, even though Goldman Sachs reported last Tuesday that AI contributed roughly zero to US GDP in 2025, individual firms are seeing massive stock premiums for promising efficiency.
This puts immense pressure on finance leaders to show headcount reductions, doesn't it?
It moves AI from an innovation budget to a restructuring tool. CFOs will now ask for the Block metric, headcount avoidance, not just productivity.
What is the watch out for operators implementing these cuts?
Verify the output quality of your agents before you cut the humans who check their work, or you risk silent failure at scale.
Finally, let's look at regulation. Australia has stopped consulting and started counting down.
The Australian E-Safety Commissioner set 9th of March as a hard enforcement deadline for age verification, targeting Apple and Google directly.
Going after the app stores instead of the developers is a significant escalation.
It changes the calculus because Apple and Google have the technical capacity to delist non-compliant apps overnight, as we have seen in other jurisdictions.
Is this just an Australian headache or a template for the rest of the world?
It is a template. If this enforcement mechanism works next week, expect European regulators to adopt the gatekeeper liability model immediately.
For a product lead, does this mean geo-fencing or a global update?
Treat 9 March as a global ship date for age gating. Building distinct compliance stacks for every jurisdiction is technical debt you cannot afford.
Lightning round, 2 quick updates. Hardware consolidation is picking up speed.
NVIDIA unveiled new inference hardware integrating Grok technology on 28th of February. This should drive down inference costs for everyone in Q3.
And a browser update suggests users might be getting fatigue.
Firefox added a permanent AI kill switch last Tuesday, allowing users to disable all AI features. Expect opt-out to become a standard user demand.
Stay curious, stay informed. See you next time.